Howdy, everybody. Eddie Hates Anime here to talk about the Chainsaw Man movie. It adapts the Reze arc from the manga. And it's been a while since I was supposed to record this video, so I just decided to forego a script. There's enough that I can say off the top of my head anyways, so this is going to be more of a ramble type of review, but trust me, I got a lot of things I want to talk about. I will not spoil, though. I'm going to try not to. I don't think I will. I think I can get my points across without spoiling, but I just really want to talk about this movie, and I need an outlet for it, because I don't know really anyone that's seen it, besides my dad, surprisingly, because he really liked the original Chainsaw Man series, and he doesn't like anime. But he loved Chainsaw Man, and we watched the movie, and I was shocked by how much he liked it. We'll get into why in a bit, but yeah, I don't know if you can see Pochita. I got a Denji Pop Funko and the Kickback CD right there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, just wanted to say shout out to Chainsaw Man. Oh, and so the part one of the manga, so W. But yeah, let me preface this by saying, first off, without a script, I'm fucking trash. That's not what my point was. First off, it's very rare that I watch an adaptation of a series, even some of my favorite series, and I'm like genuinely fucking devastated that I already know what happens and this is my first time experiencing it. However, with Chainsaw Man the movie, even with the original series, I had a lot of fun with the anime. But I wasn't like, oh my god, I really wish that I hadn't read the manga, so I watched it for the first time this way. No, but I still enjoyed it and I loved it, and I will defend that adaptation to the death of me. But with this movie, I was genuinely like, fuck, man, I really wish I never read the manga. It is that good. It is so damn good. And while we're on the topic of the adaptation as a whole, not to pit the movie against season one, but I was someone who really liked season one and what felt like a cinematic, realistic take on the Chainsaw Man adaptation or whatever. You know, whatever the point was that it was supposed to be. And I know people didn't like it because it had more muted colors, the designs were different than the manga and whatnot, and so on, so forth. That could be a video topic on its own. I'm trying to slow down here because I think I'm getting ahead of myself a bit with yapping. Like I said, normally I have a script to chain me down, but we don't have it today. So when they announced that they were changing it for the movie, I wasn't against it. I knew it would be good, but I was like, damn, I feel like if I wanted this, I could read the manga, and now we're just missing out on a cool another version, like, oh, 2 cake sort of thing. Because in my mind I was like, okay, the manga's perfect, now we got an anime that takes advantage of the anime format to be more cinematic, and I'm not missing out on the manga because the manga's still there. That's how I saw it. So I was kind of like, damn, it feels like now we're just getting the manga again, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but like I said, in my mind, most of the time adaptations for me are awesome because that's what they are. They are adaptations, but they change for the medium they're in. And that's what I felt like season one did really good at its best. What I didn't expect was to be fucking, like, have that feel blown out of the water by this movie. Now, is it because it's a movie and the quality is going to be higher anyways? Maybe. Because, yeah, it is unfair to compare a cinematic take of a television series to an actual movie. But the art style translates extremely well. The movie itself, I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. I really don't know what to say. Like, I wouldn't even be mad calling it a 10 out of 10 anime film or film, or 9, whatever you want to give it, sort of thing. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I love anime films, especially ones that aren't connected to a series, but even ones that are, that, like this one, this doesn't feel like a few episodes stitched together in the middle of a series. This feels like a movie from start to finish. Now, obviously, it is off the back end of season one because it is in the middle of the manga, but you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like you're watching 5 episodes in a row. It feels like you're watching a movie. So I really like that. On the point of, like, yeah, I just was so shocked with the quality and how well the art looked. And then the art direction, it's almost even more, like, it's, once again, probably because it's a movie, but I felt the cinematic here too. In terms of visually, a lot of the shots, they'll zoom in on things, they'll have like a cup in focus while people are yapping or something. Just all these little things throughout the entire film. The shots from, like, pretend like you have a camera and these are the shots you're doing, not necessarily the animation I'm talking about here. They were very cinematic and filmy and artsy in ways that the anime series wasn't. So that was also pretty nuts. And then, yeah, don't get me started on the fucking animation. And then the art. Oh, man. There's the one thing that I keep seeing going around with Reze in the rain. if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that just kind of exemplifies my point. Like, looking at that evokes, like, holy shit, this is amazing to me. Um, and then, yeah, another thing I wanted to point out, I'm probably going to miss something here. Like I said, this was supposed to be a scripted video, so whoops. If I miss anything, I'll probably mention it in the comments. Because you could talk about this movie for days and days, and then with spoilers, you could talk for even more days and days. But the music might have been my favorite thing of this movie, because there's a specific piano repetition, and it plays during some sweet moments of the movie. It plays during kind of the climax, or the calm before the storm, and it gets distorted, and like it's just used in various ways. There's multiple musical pieces. It was emotionally evoking, and I just like I said, repetition, like callbacks to things previous in movies or any sort of thing where they kind of tie it all together that way, or use it to show differences in what's about to happen, and like the storytelling and the stakes, or whatever, how you're supposed to be feeling in this moment as opposed to when you first heard it. And it matches so well with the film itself, which, not to spoil, but like the relationship between our main character and the woman character. Not gonna see what happens in this film necessarily, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And it just, I don't know, it works so goddamn well. Fight scenes I thought were amazing, but honestly, that's not what I take away from this film or this arc necessarily. But I will admit, it is always fun to see, and it is still amazing. It's just not like, if I talk about this arc, that's not what I think about. Besides, Chainsaw Man riding on Beam, I was so excited for that, and I'm so happy that the anime onlys have gotten to Beam now and recognize that he's goated. What I was gonna say earlier, I'm surprised my dad enjoyed it as much as he did, because he liked the original Chainsaw Man anime because it was goofy and it had good fights. I already kind of knew going into this that it would be mostly about the romance and then kind of the twist and stuff. Now, obviously, you see signs of something's going to happen. Shit's going to get wicked at some point. It's Chainsaw Man. But a lot of the first half of the film focuses on building Denji and Rezi's relationship, because it's what the arc falls upon and falls back on, kind of as the anchor. I mean, it's called the Reze arc, So I was very shocked that he enjoyed, because he didn't know what was going to happen. So it just kind of looked like Denji meets a girl, and okay, nice. Shit's, and some stuff's happening in the background, but some romance arc. And I don't know the exact runtime of when the tone of the movie changes completely, but it felt like a huge chunk of the film was that, and it was a slow burn, and it was nice. Obviously, it's a different experience for me who knew it was coming as opposed to someone who doesn't. But like I said, I was surprised that this dude that doesn't really watch romances or dramas or anything, he can't stop talking about the movie even now. And he doesn't even bring up the fights and stuff. He brings up that. So I'm like, it must be amazing, if this non-anime fan is still talking about it. So yeah. What else should I talk about? Sorry, I paused the recording because I heard a door and it threw me off and I lost my train of thought. Another thing that I would like to mention is I do wonder how we're going to go about in the future. Are we going to do more films? Are we going to do more season film or something? I don't know, but either way, because I do wonder how, like, if this is the vibe we're going for, and I'm not saying it has to be 1-to-1, but how would this new Chainsaw Man anime style work in a week-to-week series? Because obviously, timing's going to be different, and the structure is going to be different. And I think there's charms to TV series and movies in their own. Don't get me wrong. I like both. So I that's one thing I'm curious about as well. But yeah, I'm still just extremely shocked at how wrong I was about how good changing the style would work for it. Because yeah, before I saw it as like, yeah, 2 cakes, but now I'm like, damn, I don't think we can go back. And I feel really bad saying that because I do really like how season 1 was done. I also think that the Reze arc is a perfect arc out of Chainsaw Man and turning them into a movie, because like I said, from front to end, it's a very solid arc in terms of one focused plot. There's not too many different pieces going on. I'm not sure how other Chainsaw Man arcs would work as a film. I'm not saying it can't be done, but like I said, just this arc because of the emotional toll. And then a lot of the thematic repetitions with if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean, with the country mouse, the city mouse. There's other ones I'm kind of forgetting Oh, I remember what it was. The contrast, or no, not the contrast, the mirroring between fireworks and bombs. You know, the presentation in the film, and then like I said, like just the music and the way, like it is such a perfect arc to do a movie as. Not only because of length, but like I said, it just has such strong parallels and things. You know, uh, and this this adaptation it's changed my view on Chainsaw Man a little bit recently because up until recently, not to get into part two or anything, but there's a character named Asa, and she was my favorite female Chainsaw Man character and one that I was like, she gotta be the one for Denji. You feel me? Not to get into it any more than that, but I really love her, and the manga is going in a place where I don't even know if that can, you know, I don't know. I just really like Asa, and I liked Reze when I first read the Chainsaw Man arc or the Reze arc, and I liked her the second time. But I like her even more after this, and now I'm conflicted. Now I'm so conflicted because goddamn, like I just cannot. I know I'm not even talking about anything that's important anymore, but it's just Fujimoto is already nuts. He's one of those authors that you read their shit and you're like, how the hell are we gonna adapt this? I don't know. Maybe that's going too far. Maybe that's more of like Fire Punch than something like Chainsaw Man. I guess Chainsaw Man's probably a little closer. But like even look back, that adaptation, like I feel like if you're gonna adapt a Fujimoto work, it's either all or nothing. Because I can't imagine these these works with just a normal quality. I don't know. Maybe I'm glazing a bit too much. It very well could be the case. I also do think that it does help that it's been a year or a year and a half or two. I'm not exactly sure since I last read Chainsaw Man, from front to end. I know part two had started when I last read the whole thing through though. Um, because you know when it's been a while, there are some little things you forget. You know, so it was still enough to where like obviously I knew it was gonna happen, but there was those little things and those little moments that you forget about and just like holy shit. Now I didn't necessarily forget about Makima in the theater in that scene or like the ending of the movie, but like those two parts specifically, just especially Makima in the theater, I still think that's one of the most important parts of the series that you don't know why until later. I feel like, and I was very happy to see that. Just and then like the door tease and stuff like that. Like it's just some things that I talked to my dad, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. We will get to that later." I don't know. I don't have much else to add because I'm just probably forgetting something. And like I said, if there's something I really want to add, I'll add in the comments. I don't know. This is a pretty bad review compared to my normal reviews because this is more of a ramble. But I just want to say I hope Fujimoto's happy with this. I know he's a huge fan of cinema, and this was pure cinema at its finest. Like, because once again, I will bring up the example, like some of those earlier Demon Slayer movies or something just feel like a few episodes tied together, as opposed to like now they're getting better at it, and especially with this movie as well, it just does feel like a very tight knit, solidified thing from start to end, and that's probably mostly because of the story that was already set in stone from the manga, but just, ooh, man, peak fucking fiction. I want to see it again before it leaves theaters, because I want to watch it in sub. I would have watched it in sub originally, but my dad is old as shit and can't read subtitles, so you know. But I don't mind the Chainsaw Man dub. I actually like it. I think everyone sounds really good. The only one that like I could see being thrown off for people was Aki because he sounds like, well, he sounds like he smokes 30 packs a day, so it actually kind of works. But I do love the sub as well. And yeah. I don't know if I'm forgetting something. Like I said, I'll add it. Just really, really like I am genuinely impressed. I don't know. I don't think I can give any higher praise than I already gave. Like I'm genuinely sad that this was my first time seeing this. And that feels like it's being disrespectful to the manga, but that's not what I mean because the manga is still fucking peak as well. But for an arc that has never been my favorite Chainsaw Man arc. It's one that I like, but I think this movie has made me realize that maybe I underappreciated a bit. Specifically the character of Reze. Because I feel like I fucking love her now. I liked her before. And I thought her purpose for the story was done extremely well. But you know, at the end of the day, a character can be amazing and still not be your favorite just because we have our biases. So I don't know. I cannot stop thinking about it. It's rare that something Like, I don't know. I think something is really peak when you just can't stop thinking about how good it is, and you just want to talk about it to everyone. I've wanted to record this video like every single day since I've watched the movie. It was like a week and a half ago or something. Maybe it was a week ago. I don't remember. But I've just been lazy, to be honest, because I thought I was gonna write a script. But I think it's better that I didn't, because it's more natural and raw for something that I like so much. Yeah. Subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna stop rambling, and peace. Bye. Oh, well, forgot one thing. When they played that one ending song, the dun 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 devil. Dun, 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 that song when the cars about to fight. I'm very happy that song came back. Give me the full version on Spotify, please. Subscribe.